Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shake, southern, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, you're the first like when I love to move.
The woman named Choi YN is in her laboratory, busy with her inventions. She is a genius and a nerd. But the people who knows her describe YN as a super naughty and crazy woman. Her behavior changes when she is in her laboratory since she is to focus on what she is doing. Every day, she spends her time inside the laboratory, so she's not updated on what is happening outside the world. She also does not like to use her cell phone or watch videos. The only content on her computer is all about scientific research. She lived with her mom in a villa far from the city. The distance between neighbors is almost too far. This is what she needs, a quiet place so she can concentrate on her work. In terms of safety, their place is safe since she set traps around the place just in case some bad person dares to enter their property. In their property, there are three houses. One is her laboratory. The one in the middle is her aunt's house, and the one at the end is her mom's house. But lately, her aunt moved to the city. Bloody hell! What's missing? Why isn't it working? That's annoying, since this is your fourth try with your inventions, but you still can't make it work. You stand in the center and took a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. You repeated it again until you feel better. As an inventor, your patience cannot be short. You need a long patience to succeed. You're about to go back to what you were doing. However, you suddenly felt sleepy, so you decided to take a nap since you had been working for 10 hours. YN! YN! You woke up to your mom's voice. Why? You answer half awake. Your aunt won't be able to come here. So? The guest who rents your house is coming, so get your stuff in the attic room before they come. Okay, later. Let me sleep first, Mom. Not later. Do that right now. By the way, I need to go to the city. Your cousin is in the hospital. Your aunt needs me. Can you stay here alone? Don't worry, Mom. I can handle myself. The guests are coming. Take care of them, okay? You answer as you get up and sat on the bed. But after your mom left, you fell asleep again. 11 at night. After 5 hours of travel, the famous group BTS arrive at a remote vacation house to rest after the exhausting tour. They choose this place to be away from their fans and has a freedom to do whatever they want. One by one, they get out of the van and enter the big house in the middle. Their manager said they would stay at that house. I think this is a perfect place to relax. But whose house is next door? The sister of the owner of this house. They will also take care of you guys if you ever need anything. Just tell them. One by one, they choose the rooms to sleep in. Jungkook chose the room in the attic because it's a big and you can see the beautiful scenery from its window. Jungkook entered the room and roamed around until he saw weird parts like a robot. What is this? Interesting but weird, he said as he throws in a dustbin. After roaming around, he lay down on the bed, but he also stood up right away when something on the bed. After checking, he found out that it was a book with the title How Aliens Live on Earth. Jungkook laughed and said, "Don't tell me the owner of this book is an alien." He felt something weird about what he saw. He even more got curious after he found a strange object in that room. So instead of going to sleep, he went to the cabinet and opened. But he closed it again after he saw the bra and underwear inside the closet. Wait, what if it's an alien bra and panties? Jungkook was interested in what he saw, so he opened the closet again and took it. It seems normal. There's nothing special about it, he said, at the same time walked back to the bed. Meanwhile, you woke up as you realized that you fell asleep again. You stood up after remembering your mama's order, without knowing that it was already 3 in the morning and above all, your aunt's guest had arrived. You walked towards the big house with a messy hair, wearing a scientist's white gown, and had dry saliva on your cheek. You entered the key and twisted the doorknob. You didn't notice that there was luggage in the living room. You continued and went to the bed in the attic to get your stuff. When you entered the room, you didn't turn on the light, since the light from the moon reflected inside that room. That is also the reason why you like that room and you often sleep there. You go to where you left the parts of your invention. Where is that? I know I just put it here, you ask yourself. Thinking maybe you just made a mistake, you just shrugged your shoulder and went to the closet where your undergarments were. Around 4 pairs of them. However, they are no longer in the cabinet. Huh? I won't make a mistake. I just leave it here. This time, you turn on the light to look for the pairs of your undergarments. You're really sure that it was inside the cabinet until someone moved on the bed. You felt scared, especially that you were just alone. Slowly, you took the bat that you hide under the bed in case for emergency. You stood up and held the bat tightly, ready to hit whoever was on the bed. You also forgot that your aunt had a guest. You slowly removed the blanket, but instead of beating the guy in the bed, you screamed, "Perfect! Perfect!" after you saw the person sleeping next to your missing undergarments. Meanwhile, Jungkook suddenly walked up to the woman's scream. He also screamed, "Alien! Alien!" after seeing a woman with messy hair. She is wearing a doctor gown. "Perfect! What are you doing with my undergarments?" You shout and about to hit him about, but you were stopped when someone shouted behind you, "No!" And that's when you saw 6 other men. "Who are you?" "Miss, relax. We're not a bad person. We're the guest here." "Guest? Auntie Jane's guest?" "Yes. We just arrived earlier." "This pervert is with you?" "Excuse me, I'm not a pervert." "Ah, so why are my undergarments next to you?" You took them and hid it in your clothes for embarrassment. All of the six boys were just shocked by what they saw. In shame, we just left. But before you left, we're not done tukmol. What did she call me? Tuk tukmol? What does she mean? JK, you need to explain. Young, I'm not a pervert, okay? Then, what did we see? Okay, fine. I'm just curious. I have a suspicion that that girl is not normal. I think she lives next door. She is the niece of the owner of this house. Jungkook took the book under the pillow, and he also took the weird iron that he saw and showed it to his young. Look, I found this earlier. How can an alien live on Earth? Why does she have this book? Second, what is this metal for? Maybe the reason why she chose to live in this kind of place with no neighbors, so no one would know she's an alien. And what is the connection of tucking her bra and panties? I'm just curious if aliens and humans use the same materials. I think our vacation here was going to be more excited. Believe me, oh, something is strange with that girl. Since you couldn't go back to sleep because of your anger at the perfect man, you just go to your laboratory to continue on what you're doing. You were busy, so you didn't notice the time until you heard a loud laughing came from next door. You ignored them and continued what you were doing. But as time went on, the laughter got louder and louder. Old habit. When you ran out of patience, you took a deep breath, inhale, exhale. Relax, YN. Just ignore them. Even your patience is long, you will really run out because of the noise of your auntie's guests. You can't take it anymore, so you decided to face them. You're about to get out of your laboratory, but the door next door suddenly became quiet. Why, thanks God. You thought everything was okay, but later on, they became even more noisy. You came out of your laboratory as you saw them enjoying in the pool. Excuse me, kindly minimize your voice? I can do my work properly because of the noise. The man you hated came up in the water. He walked and took the towel and wiped his masculine body. You're just secretly observing him, but in fairness, he is so hot. Why? Does your system break down when you hear noises? What are you talking about? Taeyong interrupted your conversation and called Jungkook. I'm sorry, miss, he said, and continued calling Jungkook away from you. I apologize for what happened. By the way, I'm Namjoon. It's okay. I'm YM. Namjoon is surprised because there is no trace of surprise or excitement in your face. It looks like you don't care about them. YM, don't you know us? Frankly speaking, no. Why? Who are you? See? She's not normal! Excuse me, I'm normal. You're the abnormal one. Something's wrong with your brain. As you go back inside, I told you, that woman is an alien who just pretend to be a person. Who is the person who doesn't know us? I think Jungkook has a point, Jin said and watched your laboratory from outside while crossing his arms. If that girl is an alien, that room might have her spaceship inside. Young, if I were you, just go to sleep. It's not possible for them to stay in this place for a long time. They will just ruin my day, especially the pervert guy with hot body, you said. Your eyes landed on your phone that is only used to call important people. You took it and called your auntie. You asked her how long her guests would stay at her guest's house. Your jaw dropped when your aunt told you that they rented it for 2 months. This can't be. I have to send them away with their own from this place. But how? Until your stupid brain worked again. You secretly peek outside, watching them enjoying in the pool. Have fun, guys! Because I will make sure this is your first and last day in this villa. 10 p.m. All the boys are in the living room. You can still hear their voices. You slowly get out of the house and hide the speaker near on the door. After making sure everything is ready, you enter the house again and start your plan to kick them out. While they were busy inside, they heard someone knock on the door. Namjoon opened the door thinking it was just you. But when he opened the door, there was no one. He just shrugged his shoulder and returned to the living room. Who's that? Jin said. There is no one outside, he answered. He sat down, but someone knocked again. Hobie, can you check the door? He stood up and walked to the door. But when he was about to open it, he heard a child crying outside. Jihoop immediately ran back to the living room as they all looked at each other. Guys, did you hear that? Don't tell me this house is haunted? As they start shaking in fear. But the golden Makni has his own perspective. Young, don't believe that. I'm sure Alien did this. She definitely wants us to get out of here so we don't know her secret. I'll show you. He gets out of the door and went to your house. Yeah, Alien, come out! We need to talk, he said. What did he call me, Alien? This pervert. Until you remember that the trap that you set is already turned on. You see through the window that Jungkook is approaching, so you have no other choice but to run and stop him before something might happen to him. While running downstairs, you try to warning him not to touch the doorknob. You open the door and face him. What did you say? Don't touch the doorknob? Why? Is there something on the door? He asked. It's none of your business, pervert. But Jungkook didn't listen to you. He was about to touch the door. Good thing you pulled his hand, but unfortunately, you accidentally held it and shaking. At the same time, the whole house alarmed. Yeah, Alien, what happened to you? He pulled you, and now even him got shake. You two fell down on the floor. The doorknob has electricity for your safety, for bad people. Finally, the other boys came, and then they saw you hugging. You are on top of Jungkook, while your lips were on his. So we continue tomorrow.